the essential stages of developing a product?
Well, so this depends on the product, but I would say there is of course, the stage of the learning from the market, like competitors, analytics, getting feedback, not having even a product actually, right? Because sometimes you may end up with, so you have an idea, you just created a, let's say, landing page, you got some traffic, you talk with people, you understand it's useless, right? It's not that anyone wants, right? And actually, I have different projects, and some of them failed, some of them were successful and are successful. This is not the first business that I started, so but I had some mistakes and that I learned from. So the first crucial part is that to learn the market, to get the feedback. Then, of course, you should build it's called MVP, or minimal viable product, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is the prototype that solves the problem. Maybe it's not beautiful, maybe it's with bugs, maybe it's not perfect, but this solves some problems, right? You give this product to your potential users, and then it's very important to get this feedback from them. And the very important thing is to understand if they would want to pay for that, because it's a very common mistake. It's called fools, friends, and family. Triple F, it's startup word. If you ask your family and your friends and fools, let's say, right, they will say, oh, it's great, the product, you're such a cool guy,
Yes.
keep going, keep going.
Bravo.
And, yeah, bravo, yeah. And this is a very dangerous trap, because you may think that it's true, right? But it's very important to get money for your product from the users that you may not know, right? Because from people that you got from paid advertising, for example, right? Because if users pay for something, that this really solves their problem, right? Otherwise, if they are not paying, that this is maybe not so important problem, or you are not solving this problem, right? Or there are other ways to solve this problem, which are free, cheaper, whatever, right? So so this is, I would say, very important thing to get money for your MVP, right? And then you start iterating. You build new features, you ask users, you understand how many of them are paying, and you have interviews why they are paying or not paying, what would you like to be added in this new release, and so on. And it's kind of, it's called, there is a book I would recommend. It's Lean Startup by Eric Rice. And which in this book you can learn that there is a build, measure, learn loop. You build something, you measure the feedback, you learn from them, and you are iterating, right? So and also there are books like startuppers books like Steve Blank's, which is called Customer.
But how to understand now I'm ready to do it, now I'm ready to launch? Because with this measurement and analyzing, you can be in another trap, never ending the development of the product.
Well, you know, there is a saying from founder of LinkedIn, maybe I'm wrong, but the idea was that if you are not ashamed of the first version of your product, then you launched not early, then you launched, you know, this is not the proper way for doing things, right? If you are not ashamed of the first version of a product, then you launched too late. This was the saying, right? So you need to throw something against the wall and see if it sticks or not, right? And you don't need to be afraid of or ashamed of that, right? Because this is how actually you learn from the real world, from the real customers. And well, I would say that if you have something that solves a problem, like minimal viable product, this is the time to launch it, right? This may be buggy, this may be not beautiful, but if that solves something, that's fine. Because, you know, there are different types of users, one type of them, it's called early adopters. Some users, like early stage users that love you, that use your product even it has bugs, and so on. These are like people, they kind of the most precious for you.
In our next episode, you will find out effective ways to promote your business on social media.